it's kind of like Blade. It's almost like if you took let's see, let me think of a good example. Let's see. Um it's like if you took Billy Blanks. Billy Blanks is Blade. I'm not even talking about old Billy. I mean young Billy, like young Billy Blanks. This guy. You know who Billy Blanks is?
No, he does not.
What was that fitness thing that he did?
Tybo.
Tybo? Do you know who the Tybo guy is? This guy right here. This guy right here. Now, when you see this, Caleb, when you see this, what do you think? Like visually, because look, I'll say this: like visually, he looks the part, but his acting is terrible.
It's buff black man. I don't know what you want me to say.
What I'm saying though is like you don't know, you've never seen any movies with him in it. Like
they're terrible.
In my opinion, he looks more like Blade than Wesley Snipes. He definitely has a physique for it, but his acting is just nowhere near Wesley. It's nowhere near it. So that's what I'm saying. It's more than just okay. We're gonna pick this person, and then we just wrote the part. Aesthetics is the important part. Don't get me wrong. You have to somehow look like it. You know, Samuel Brown said, "Oh man, Sam, what's going on, Sam? What's up, man? Yeah, talk to Sam in a while." Yeah, yeah, the Billy Blanks, man. His acting is just not good.
Atrocious.
Yeah, it's not good. But he looks the part. He looks the part for sure. Is that Bolo Young?
Yeah, Bolo is old.
Yeah, it's Bolo Young.
Bolo.
Bolo Young was on age with Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee. He should be old. Mm-hmm. I think Bruce Lee be in his 80s if he was alive today.
Yeah. And then Chuck Norris is finally showing his age. It took him forever to really age up.
He's 80s in his 80s, of course.
No, I'm saying like you remember for a long time, Chuck Norris still had a brown beard in his 70s.
Well, obviously he was dying.
But come on. But I'm like, man, still throwing roundhouse.
He's dying in his hair now.
Still throwing roundhouse kicks. I'm like, come on, Chuck, keep it up.
Yeah, Chuck Norris got to be in his 80s because I think Bruce Lee was born in the 40s.
Yeah,
and if he was an adult playing Colt in what was that movie that they fought in? Return of the Dragon.
Return of the Dragon, yeah.
If they were both adults, I mean, he's got to be around the same age. So Bruce Lee be like in his 80s right now, dude. Bruce Lee. Yeah. This got Bolo Young. I think Bolo Young has a son that plays in martial arts movies right now.
There's Bolo right there.
Yeah,
Bolo's look good though.
He don't got the same muscle mass, of course, but I mean it makes sense. He's in his 80s, yeah.
That was one intimidating dude when we were kids. Bolo.
And you know what's about him? He has stage presence, man. Yeah. I don't know how good his English was, but even if his English wasn't that good, like just his expressions and stuff like that.
Did he have to say anything?
He didn't. He really didn't.
You wouldn't know who I always liked in those movies, like the guy who always played.
Sam said Bolo was in Kung Fu Hustle. Was he in Kung Fu? I don't remember him being in Kung Fu Hustle.
No, because Sam was thinking that Bolo was
Dude, look how Caleb, look how menacing Bolo looks right here.
No, see if you can find that clip of Bolo flexing like that. Oh no, go back down. Go down where he's pointing. Like, look at his facial expression. Like, I wouldn't want to fight him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he has a son. I think it's because his son has kind of like that. It's not as, potent as his dad's, but he has a similar kind of look to him. A little bit more lean, I think. I don't know what that is.
Sounds like somebody's beating on something.
Nah, Sam, I don't think Bolo was in Kung Fu Hustle. I think somebody else played the Toad. I could be wrong, though. Like right here, Bolo looks wild, man.
Bolo.
That's the
Ding,
son
ding.
right there.
Yeah.
Was Bolo the Toad?
No.
If he was a Toad, wow. Kung Fu Hustle.
I think they're coming out with Kung Fu Hustle 2.
I think I have to say, as much as I would probably like to see a Kung Fu Hustle 2 to see what they would do, you know how I say there's certain movies you just should not mess with? Like, we don't need a remake. We don't need a sequel or anything like that. That Kung Fu Hustle movie was so good. That first one was so good. Yeah, I don't think that's Bolo. I can see why you would think that would be him, but I don't think that's him. Even Bolo, probably. I don't even think he's this skinny right now.
No. That's a damn good movie, though.
Wait a minute, this is the Beast. This is the Beast. Is that the same guy as the Toad?
Yeah, because he had the Toad style.
Ah, okay, yeah. Yeah. He does kind of look like Bolo, though. But I don't think that's him.
And that's probably one of my favorite fight scenes in that whole movie when they're fighting in the restaurant.
Yeah.
And she's one of my, like, all these people he had in this movie are like Kung Fu movie legends, man. Like, man.
Yeah.
So
I've been watching this one. I think it's a Korean series called. There's only 2 episodes out right now called Newtopia. But it's a zombie show, but it's kind of a comedy too. And I watched both episodes last night. It was actually pretty good. And the basic premise is, this guy right here on the right. He was conscripted in the army. He was drafted in the army. That might be a thing in Korea, where like men have to serve.
I'm pretty sure. I think that you have to serve a man for like a certain amount of years.
Yeah, it's kind of like Israel. But he got conscripted, and it's going to take him like 2 years, I think, before he can get out. And they're both, I think, in their late 20s. She got a job. This is his girlfriend. She got a job. And where he's stationed at, he's actually stationed on top of this, like, the tallest building in Seoul. And they have like this like Gatling gun or whatever. And their job is to like protect Seoul's airspace, or whatever, right? So he's on top of this building. She has this new job. Young men are flirting with her. People are saying, "Hey, you really gonna wait for him? You don't wait for him to graduate. To get out of the military." So, they're having some relationship problems. I think she breaks up with him, but she's sad about it, and she wants to go. He has to turn his cell phone, and she wants to call him back and say how she doesn't really want to break up with him. But on her way there, like the zombie apocalypse happens. There's like it was actually pretty cool. Like for some reason the Koreans do zombies really well too.
You know what? I found that Korea is one of the more innovative cultures because I watched some of those Korean them in India. Because I watched one of those Indian movies at my old boss's house, and these cats be throwing sheets that turn into big metal slabs and killing everybody.
It'd be a little bit too ridiculous for me.
It's ridiculous, but it's entertaining.
Yeah. Not to say we don't have our ridiculous movies,
but that wouldn't work in America.
Yeah.
Like,
Lucent Studio.